that the cost to the county here, should be theoretically negligible, but at least in the fiscal impact analysis that we've received from auditors to date, they're estimating $351,000.
I'm suspecting that's because of the police department that has the bulk of the PIA requests, and I would support an amendment that excludes the police department. I mean, they're in the business of enforcing the law. They should know the law for PIAs.
Okay.
Without necessity for the Office of Law.
All right, that's helpful. Ms. Herod, can we confirm, have the auditors confirm that that's the fact and give us some breakdown between respective agencies and where they think that cost will be?
We certainly can. I believe Mr. Glendenning is on the line.
Okay.
Mr. Glendenning.
All right, then Mr. Glendenning, I'm making this request directly to you. A second component, though, that I don't see quantified in this auditor's analysis produced to date, though, is the cost to the county of defending and subsequently losing lawsuits, like were mentioned by the People's Voice. And there's also a cost attendant to loss in faith of government caused by this, which I understand you, Mr. Glendenning, as county auditor, can't actually place a hard value to. But I do think it's something that we should consider as a legislative body as we're contemplating this bill. So I do very much appreciate the People's Voice testimony, but I would like auditors to give us a little bit more information than we have to date.
Mr. Youngman.
We're already contemplating that amendment to exempt the police department from this, even more so than them, that they should follow the law. Much of the decision of what they hold back and redact is through working with the state's attorney's office, because the state's attorney is the one that's going to decide if it's a pending case, it's a likely case. Their sort of criteria for what to withhold is just very different than all the rest of the county agencies. I actually did already communicate the potential for this amendment to Mr. Glendenning. And while we don't have anything in writing, he indicated that what he's hearing from the Office of Law is that would not change their fiscal impact, which I think it's dubious. So, because I think the police department would be over half of these. So.
Do you know the cost of the state's attorney's office in their review? Or do they just consider that a cost of doing business and complying with the law?
I don't know how well trained the people are in the police department and sort of how long they've been working with the state's attorney's office that they kind of have that down. But what we did hear from the Office of Law was the police department, the state's attorney's office kind of have this down. I don't know that the state's attorney's office needs to actively check the work and the decisions by the police department just because the folks have been doing it long enough and, they're following the rules. And this bill exists because people weren't following the rules.